Hey guys, thanks for watching. So for today's quick step, I'll be showing you guys on how to achieve the perfect liner using gel or liquid. Let's get started. Most of you have been requesting this tutorial for a while now. I think maybe last week, 2 weeks, 3, 4. Yeah, and I've been trying my best to get this video uploaded, but my computer crashes from previous recording, so I had to redo a quick one instead. Now, I'm sure most of you who is a beginner in trying to get your eyes drawn, using pencil, and you're trying to advance yourself in using liquid or gel. Now, this is the video for you to watch. It's quite easy actually, but it takes quite some time to actually adjust your position and so on, but once you get into it, it's gonna be extremely easy. So every time before we start doing anything on the eyes or the face or the lips, we must remember to prep it. So over here I'm going to be using MAC Prep+Prime 24-hour Extend Eye Base. I'm just going to use just a little bit on my eyelid. What it does is that it actually helps in mattifying your eyelid from your oily lids. Whatever that you apply on top of it remains there and it doesn't smudges, even though you have your liquid liner on, or even if your liquid liner says that it's waterproof. If you have an oily eyelid, it doesn't stay waterproof. On here it helps, even if it's waterproof. This one here does make it even much more waterproof. This is the best so far, I would say. If you have any other products that you wanted to recommend it to me, do comment down below. Now, before advancing in using gel liners, I would actually suggest you to pick up brushes that you are comfortable in using. I have 4 types of brushes that you can actually plan on trying it on before purchasing, and just let me just show you. So over here I have a 210. This is a slimmer type of a gel liner brush, which gives you much more of a thinner line when you want to create your liner. And over here we also have a 211. This is a thicker and fuller liner brush. You want it fast and quick, but it gives you quick and thick line. This would be the brush for you. It's 211, 208. So this is a MAC 208 brush. It's an angle brow gel liner brush. I use this most of the time for my gel liners. 212 by MAC. It's a square liner brush, which you can use this for the liners, for your brows, and even for your lips if you want to create those square pointy lips. I've picked up my tool that I'm comfortable with, so I'm going to be working with my 208 brush, a brow or gel liner brush, and I'll be using it together with... It's not focusing, damn it. God damn it. Using Blacktrack by MAC, and it's a Fluidline gel liner. So using your 208 brush. Now I'm sure most of you guys, when you see this, you're gonna be starting off with the center area while getting your gel liners, but I would actually advise you to always start from the side. That's where you work your way into the middle. So this will actually prolong the entire thing for at least another 2 to 3 years. I've been using this Fluidline for 4 years now, and it's still fresh. I always start from the side and work my way down to the middle. So this, make sure that before you begin, always remember to swatch it on your hands just to make sure the gel liner is smooth. Yes, okay. So just test it on your hand first, and then that's where you get your product again, starting from the side. Now, it's easy for you to liners. Always face your mirror, and while doing that, make sure that you tilt your head up 45 degrees and while looking at yourself. So this is where your eyes is actually looking into the mirror, and when you tilt your head 45 degrees, this is where it actually sees most of your eyelid here. And when you start drawing it, it becomes much more easier for you to actually focus on what you draw on instead of doing this. And when you draw, you're gonna poke your eye, and that's where you start cursing. So tilt your head 45 degrees, pull to one side, make sure that you pull 90 degrees to the side. The best to get a precise liner is to actually look up 45 degrees, look yourself in the mirror, and pull 90 degrees to the side. And that's where you can actually draw your liner precisely. So I'm gonna start off with the front. Now if you're a beginner, I would actually suggest you to go slowly, step by step. Now there's no rush in doing your liners. There's no point for you to start doing your liners from point A to point B in a so always go slow if you're learning. So I'm just gonna go step by step, baby steps. Now make sure to release your hand just a little bit, just to make sure that where you need to stop your point B is. Now if you feel that your gel is slightly a bit dry, just dip a bit more and continue. You can look in the mirror while pausing this video, and you can continue right after you have done these steps. So I'm just gonna line up just a little bit more. I'm just gonna balance the line here. If you can see, I have a thicker line at the back and a thinner line to the front, so do not leave this just like that. So try to balance it off. So I'm just gonna make sure that the sizes are all precise. Now always work it up slowly and do it very carefully. Try not to go into your eyeball, I would say. Working with gel is so much easier if comparing it with liquid. But if you're comfortable with liquid, go ahead. But I'm gonna be teaching you on using gel. There you go. And we are done. So this is how you achieve your your gel liner from point A to point B. See the difference? We shall move on. If you have a gel liner which is in a pen form, Maybelline Lasting Drama Pen Gel Liner. Now it comes with this cap here, a flock tip liner gel, and it's bendable. It's not sponge. It's a soft rubber silicone which you can create lines like this. Oops, I just messed it up. All you have to do is just twist from the bottom right until you see the gel is out. So I'm just gonna twist right until I see the gel. There you go. See that? I'm gonna try it onto my hands just to make sure that it's smooth like that. Alright, so I'm just gonna twist a little bit more just to make sure there you go. So same thing, 45 degrees, look yourself in the mirror and pull 90 degrees to the side. This is where you create flat surface on your eyelid so it doesn't move up and down while doing your liner. So I'm not sure you can see this, but I hope you could. This is just a one-time thingy. So I'm just gonna start in the middle, slowly. No rush, double check. This gel may be a little bit too sticky at times, but leave your eyes like this for a moment to dry up, or just continue doing it. Now release just a little bit just to see where your point B is, and continue. Just gonna pull one side. Now when you're pulling your eyelid, just make sure that you don't pull your eyelid right until it flattens too much, because that's where you're gonna feel uncomfortable. I'm just gonna release at times. Double check the precision of the liner. I make sure that everything gets lined. So over here, I'm just gonna line it up clean. Make sure there's no any creases. Now if you have mistakenly you did this and you did a mistake and you don't want it to add on another layer just to thicken it up, so what you can do is just remove it off and redo it again. I'm just gonna be the lazy one. I'm just gonna add on, so I'm just gonna thicken it up so it looks balanced, and there you go. That's how lazy I am. I don't remove it off, I just make it thicker. That's how I am. There you go. To leave your eyes just like that for a few moments, and then you can just start blinking. Now as I mentioned, if you wanted to do the the wing liner, now it's not a bad thing that you wanted to learn something else, but make sure that practice this first before going into a next step. This is a shortcut to create the perfect wing. Just get this. This is actually a surgical tape. It's actually a shortcut where you can create your wing. Place my tape from the end of my liner or the end of my eye, and I'm just gonna place it where it's connected to where my brow tail ends, so that's where you can actually achieve a better precision on how your wing liner should look like. Depends on how much you want this wing to wing, so I'm just gonna do a line first depending on how you want it to wing, and then I'm just gonna color it in just like this. It takes you around 3 minutes for each eye if you're beginning, or maybe a minute for advanced. You just pull it out, and there you have it, your perfect wing liner. Without having to remove anything but only your surgical tape. If you want to do the other side, just reuse your surgical tape, tape it on, make sure it connects from your end of your eye to the end of your brow bone, so it creates the 45 degrees wing. Same goes, I'm just gonna line it up, so I'm just gonna flatten just a little bit, line it up. Once you have the shape that you wanted, the arch that you wanted, that's where you start to fill it in. Peel it off. There you have it. Easy way to create your wing liner using surgical tape. If you are still doubting yourself, if you have any shaky hands, you can still remain using pencil, but remember to always do the technique on look yourself in the mirror 45 degrees and pull 90 degrees to the side, and while doing this you go slow. Now bear in mind that after watching this tutorial, remember to practice. There will be times where you will be feeling slightly uncomfortable in positioning, but practice does work. For myself, from my point of view, I will always do this. I'm not sure you can see this, but I'm just gonna lift up just a little bit more. So when I'm doing my liner, 45 degrees as usual, pull 90 degrees to the side. Not too hard, just very lightly. You don't want saggy eyes. If you have shaky hands but you still want to achieve using gel or any liquid, I'll position my hand like this, across eventually, and you're doing this. And you're not moving a single thing. You don't have to lift it up and so on. Screw it in, and so it doesn't move all around, and just draw. Hope you learned something new from this video. Thank you for watching, and do drop me comments or messages if there's any other requests. Keep practicing, and if you came across this video while searching it, thanks for watching, and do remember to subscribe right over here. I'm not sure if it's here or here or here. The subscribe button is somewhere around here or anywhere. I'll see you again next week for the next tutorial. Do message me, and I'll see you again. Bye.